This is Now Is Non-negotiable. Your 10-minute reset to guard your thoughts, grow your faith, and win the war between you and your mind. Get ready as we dive right in. I am so glad you're here. Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the Now Is Non-negotiable podcast. I am so excited to be here, as I am every single week. This week's a little different. I don't have my AirPods. I don't have a mic. I am traveling. I have been up every day at like 5 a.m. And so right now I'm staring out my hotel room window and the sun is setting. So I'm hoping we have enough light to get through this episode. I titled this episode Choosing to Triumph Over Fear, because that is where we get stuck. We get stuck in fear. And it's just easier to believe the enemy and the negativity and the lies we tell ourselves than it is to lean into the truth of the fact that you are capable of triumph, and that fear that you feel, you don't need it. I am going to, put a little warning out there that I am not going to hold back today. I am going to speak directly to the warrior within you, the one who's been hiding, the one who is negotiating with your own greatness, the one who's been waiting for the right moment, when really now is all you have. Now is the moment to step out of your fear, to stop lying to yourself, and to start stepping into the triumph that is yours. Just a few nights ago, I had dinner with a woman who is absolutely incredible, and her story, it just blew my mind, and it really prompted this episode. And it prompted this episode because her story is a story of triumph, of surviving what most people wouldn't have even had the courage to speak about. She's been dreaming, y'all, of writing a book. She wants to tell her story. But every time she starts to get close to saying, I can do this, I should do this, she starts to believe the truth and not the lies. Those lies end up getting louder. The enemy is the person she is listening to, and her fear shows up. And so do the excuses. I don't have time. What if no one reads it? What if it's not good enough? Well, I sat across the table from her. I was listening to her, all the reasons why she couldn't, shouldn't, hasn't written this book and shared her story. And with all the love in my heart, I locked eyes with her and I told her this: you are being selfish by keeping this story to yourself. I want you to hear that if you're driving, walking and listening, listening to it at work. You have a story, just like this woman does. You have something that could help someone else. But because of fear, you choose not to triumph. You choose not to speak up. You choose to keep that goodness that God has given you. He did not let you go through what you've been through for nothing. And it is such a selfish act to stand in that fear and not say anything, not move in the right direction, not speak up, take the step, and keep going. The truth is, your triumphs and the triumphs of others are tied to you walking out of your fear. And so I continued talking to her. And I told her, God didn't just give you that story to survive it. He gave it to you to share it, to show what He can do through your tragedy, to give others permission to hope again. So when you sit in fear, and yeah, this is for you listening, when you sit in your fear, you are not only negotiating with your own future success, you are negotiating with someone else's. Often when I work with women, I say to them, You are responsible for smoothing the path other women walk after you. You are responsible to walk out of your fear, to plant a lamppost every time you take that risk, speak up, do something new, go after what you want. You plant that lamppost on a dark path for the people behind you. And all of a sudden, if you decide that, oh, I can't do this for myself, I'm paralyzed, I would ask you to do it for someone else, because when you do, that path is illuminated. In my opinion, when you don't move into action, when you stay in fear, when you tell yourself all of the lies, I don't have time, I can't, I'm not capable, what if I fail? But what if you don't? When you don't move and you stay in fear, in my opinion, that is delayed obedience. And delayed obedience is just plainly disobedience. Fear, y'all, fear is selfish. Fear keeps you from giving your gifts to the world. It keeps the best parts of you hidden. It steals your offering that God has planted on your heart. It steals that away from who should receive it. But you don't have to let it. The warrior in you can fight it off. The warrior in you can protect what matters, because fear, it controls your mind. It limits your life. It holds you hostage in a prison of waiting with no key and no plan for release. I know this because I have been there. I have felt the fear of leaving the life that looked put together on the outside but was crumbling inside. I was dying on the inside. I went to God too late. I could have gone to God as the fear crept in, with my thoughts, not necessarily in prayer to get me out, but with my thoughts, so he could help guide me out of that fear, out of the place I felt so trapped, until he had to do something so drastic that everything was taken from me. I have felt that fear of what people would say about me. I have felt the fear of disappointing others when I should have been afraid of disappointing myself and God. And let me tell you, courage, it doesn't come from hype. Courage comes from obedience. Because when you are in obedience, when you walk in faith, when you walk out of fear, incredible things happen. And when those incredible things happen, you start to celebrate, and more incredible things happen. And all of a sudden, you're more confident. And all of a sudden, you feel like you can. But I'm here to tell you, you can, even in the fear that is paralyzing you. You just have to choose to believe that you are capable of triumph. One of the most important things I've learned is to guard my mind. I made a decision. Fear doesn't get to live in here rent-free anymore. I made the decision that when a fearful thought crept in, I was not going to entertain it, and I don't. I evict it. I shift my thoughts. I don't rehearse worst case scenario anymore. I redirect my negativity towards the fact that it is possible. What if it doesn't? But oh my gosh, what if it does? Because here's the truth. You're not meant to hide the best bits of you away under that comforter of fear. You are meant to give the best bits of you away open-handed. And if you don't, if you sit in fear long enough, God will use someone else to do what he intended you to do. Let me say that again. If you sit in your fear long enough, God will use someone else to do what he intended you to do, because his plan, oh, it's coming to fruition. And he will move circumstances. He will pass the opportunity off to someone else. So why not say yes? Why not choose courage and abide? Why not believe that your story is exactly what someone else is waiting to hear? If you think you're too late, I have something else for you. Now I'm going to read these off because every time I might think that I'm too late, I look at these because they make me feel better. Sam Walton hadn't built a single store until he was 44. That is the owner of Walmart. He opened Walmart at 45 and changed retail forever. At 39, Giorgio Armani wasn't in fashion. And at 41, he launched a brand that redefined luxury. J.R.R. Tolkien didn't publish a single novel until 45. The Hobbit changed the fantasy genre. Steve Carell, he was a background guy until 41, when The Office made him a household name. You're not too late. You are just arriving at your moment. But guess what? That moment can pass you by if you stay stuck in fear, because God will use someone else to do what he intended you to do. And I know deep down in your heart, you are holding beautiful, dynamic, incredible dreams. But right now, you're chained by insecurity, paralyzed by doubt, hiding behind the someday mentality. I hope sincerely that today I am the voice that cuts through that noise and tells you the truth. Today is the day. Now is the moment. And fear no longer gets to decide your triumph. Oh, I need you to hear this. When you triumph over fear, you don't just win for yourself. You win for everyone connected to your obedience. You get to be a lamp post on somebody else's dark path. You've got something sacred to offer this world. Please don't bury it. Don't hide it. And whatever you do, don't let fear stop you from answering your calling, your purpose, your next bold move. I think today is ending up being a little bit shorter of a podcast. I said these things are going to be 10 minutes. Most of them are upwards of 20. So hopefully this one is bite size. But I need you to know this. I was once fear-filled to the brim. Actually, I was overcome with fear. The whole, your cup runneth over. Oh, my cup runneth over, but in fear. And I always had a warrior in me. I always had God beside me, but I didn't always believe it. I believed the negative thoughts in my head. And I see the warrior in you. I can't wait to see you walk out of fear and into the life you were made for. Actually, I want you to comment on this episode and tell me the fear, the thing you're afraid of that you're going to walk out of. Be bold. Be brave. Be you. Because that is who God made. Wonderfully, magically, and divinely, and put on this earth. Live in the now. Stop negotiating with your future self. Stop the mind games. Live like now is non-negotiable.